Hi, Campbell. This is Andrew from Amiga Digital. Thank you so much for allowing me to send this audit to you. So, I've had 20 years of SEO experience. I've worked on many e-commerce campaigns, Workwear Hub, Bingley, Nutrition Warehouse. I've got first place rankings for keywords like workwear, work boots, work clothes, safety sunglasses, and these types of keywords across the workwear industry. Um, and I have a lot of experience working with retailers such as yourself to improve their organic visibility, their organic growth, AI, and the entire spectrum of search. So I'm just having a look using third-party data analysis to take a deep dive into your analytics, organic traffic, and organic traffic value. So this is for Epokhe.com, and I do apologize if I've pronounced it wrong. Since basically November 2023, your organic traffic has been on a decline, as well as the organic traffic value. So we need to look into why has this largely taken place. If we have a look at the Australian specific traffic, there's been a significant decline in your Australian traffic from thereabouts, let's say, of December 24. The vast majority of traffic is branded, which means that it's obviously people that already know who you are and who your brand is. The huge potential to improve your search engine visibility on AI comes across in terms of the non-branded. The non-branded aspect of your search is really how search SEO performance is truly measured. People who don't know who you are, they type in sunglasses with the snake on the side or something like that. These are the types of searches that are non-branded, people who don't know you, that might be looking for a particular style of sunglasses, and then they land on you and buy something from you. That is the true value metric of the SEO potential. Now, obviously, you can improve your SEO, and also that can improve your branded search. But branded search could come from a wide range of activities. It could come from your own PR. It could come from your own paid initiatives. But the point is that we really need to improve your unbranded, non-branded organic visibility and performance, because currently you're on a significant decline. Now let's go to the website. So right now we have us.epokhe.co. Now, what I would do is, if you're targeting Australia as your primary organic visibility domain, which is just epokhe.com, epokhe.co, why not use your epokhe.com.au? Domains that have country specific, like .com.au, generally, not always, but generally perform better in the country specific location that you're targeting. So what I would use epokhe.co is probably for your international, in particular your US expansion. You could use epokhe.co/NZ for that New Zealand branch, but keep the Australian under the .com.au potentially. There's pros and cons, but right now having it on like a subdomain is not going to get you the most. Subdomains are treated as an extension of your main domain, but you're targeting the main domain in Australia, but the subdomain is US, and traditionally subdomains, from my 20 years of SEO experience, do not perform well. If you have a look at like Amazon, if you go to, amazon.com.au, they use a .com.au structure. Now, if you go to apple.com.au, they'll use .com/au, which is another way of doing it. So there's two different ways to do it. I'll probably need to have a specific conversation with you about which version is better for you specifically. I've got some questions around that. But Australia being the most important, probably, and obviously apple.com has its reasons, but there's pros and cons of either solution. traditionally, I do like Amazon's method and approach to how they handle the international SEO. But again, pros and cons for both. You got set up different SEO campaigns for this particular strategy. So I would probably recommend a hybrid approach where you've got the .com.au targeting .com.au being your biggest market and using your .co to focus on US, focus on New Zealand, focus on your Indonesian markets. Okay, that's where I would do that. So right now you actually have opportunities where you've got Epokhe mentioned on Daily Mail, but it's currently, when I have a search for your domain, they're linking to your US version. So the US version is getting all the SEO authority and not your Australian version, which is at the moment primarily where you're getting the majority of your traffic. So if you have Epokhe, because you got a link from it's taking forever to load. On this page, you've got a link to, let's get out of this. What's going on here? You've got a link on this page going to your US part of your site, but your main domain, which is just epokhe.co, not us.epokhe.co, the US is getting all the authority and your main domain's losing out. And that's another problem why I don't really like subdomains in the way in which you're using them. I think they're being heavily detrimental to your overall search and organic performance. And in this article, somewhere in this article, you can have a look at the source code. It's linking to the .com. The no follow is basically telling you not to transfer much authority anyway. But this Epokhe, so this is basically linking to your US version of your site. Okay, so we don't want that to happen. We want it linking to your .co or potentially .com.au, depending on what we decide to do if we're moving forward. Big part of improving. Right now, it's really hurting your expansion, and I think that's why one of the big reasons why you are currently losing your search engine visibility and your organic growth is actually on the downward trend. Now, here's another thing, right? So you've got a link. Now, external links are a big part. So who links to epokhe.co is a big part of how you perform in AI. It's a big part of how you grow your organic revenue. And when you click on this particular link, which you can see, it goes to a 404 not found. So basically, any of that external authority that's been linking to Epokhe is now wasted because the page is broken and does not exist. So we can either 301 redirect this URL, or if you can actually reinstate the URL as is, that is even better for your SEO performance. And I can definitely chat to you a little bit more about that, why that's the case. Also, when you send pages like from nobodysurf.com, if someone clicks on this link, it can actually be detrimental to your customers, because if they click on this, they get a 404 broken page and it just doesn't look good. So you can potentially miss out on sales, inquiries, and obviously ultimately improve your organic keyword performance and visibility across search and AI. So the first thing we do in the first couple of months is we'll fix up the domain issue, and we'll definitely fix up your internal and external broken links, because they're a big part of SEO. Okay. So you got another broken link. So this sheer likes, what happens is, this is the tricky thing. If you actually go to this URL and you click on this, copy link address, but you just click on it, it actually on the surface looks like it redirects. But when Google crawls it, and we use redirectly, this is the actual URL that they're linking to, that actually goes to a 404 error page. So you click on this. So when I do it, I get a 404 page. But if you click it from the redirection, the page redirects. But Google is going to land on a 404 broken page, which means that your page authority, domain authority is weakened, and your performance in search is obviously devalued. All right. And then you've got someone in here trying to copy using your EU is another subdomain, using your EU version. Now, obviously, it comes from Shopify, but you don't know who's going to land on this, who could potentially be a sale. They click on this and they get a really weird, not found message like this. So again, we would need to fix this up. We need to focus on, first step is your international SEO. Then we're going to fix up your internal and external broken links. Another part of your existing SEO is that you've got your titles and descriptions. They're vague. It's just this page basically just says polarized. Now, polarized what? So when Google and AI are looking at this particular page, it's a H2. We want to make it a H1 because a H1 acts as like a heading for like a newspaper headline. And whatever keywords you put into that helps the search engines and AI just understand a bit more about your context of your page, right? So I like to use them. So like I would like to do, polarized. Can't write because I've got my microphone right in front of me. At least polarized sunglasses polarized collection, right? And that's already 100% better URL. Or, the problem with eyewear is sunglasses potentially get searched more than, let's say, eyewear, okay? But again, you can use the words interchangeably. It's not a problem. In the URL, in the title, so if someone sees this URL in the search, they just see polarized. So what am I actually clicking on, right? So having this is what they call a meta title, and this is what they call as a meta description. So we want to make this meta description, if they see this, something along the lines of, our, polarized eyewear collection is, Australia's best in protecting your eyes, blah, blah, blah. We want to make it enticing to be clicked. Whatever we put up in these keywords can actually directly improve your search engine visibility. So having, polarized, Australia's best polarized sunglasses, something like that, right? Protection from the sun rays, right? This can improve our search performance and be enticing to be clicked. Right now, all of the titles and descriptions are quite vague, and that's a big part of why you're also losing out on your organic growth potential. So I just wanted to bring that up. Right now, I couldn't really find. Do you have a blog? Collaborations? Is there a blog anywhere? I couldn't find it. Sometimes, the URL might be like, oh, actually, no, sorry, it'll be blogs. So I've got nothing there. I could. So a blog, they're long tail. So, top 10, list format articles is really powerful, really important in SEO. So you could have a blog about the top 10 reasons why you need to use a polarized sunglasses, right? Why you need to use polarized sunglasses. Or here are 10 interesting facts about the benefits of polarized sunglasses. So building content, expanding what they call the information architecture with content that's matching what your target market is actively searching for on the search engines is incredibly, and I mean incredibly important. So definitely recommended that you do that and that you do that quickly, right? Because these articles can definitely improve your revenue. Okay, so I want to go back to one of your particular products and have a look at like these are, you call your breadcrumbs. It's better to have home and then the main collection and then the particular product name, because the main collection going back is going to send the majority of your search engine traffic. So the majority of your search engine traffic is going to be generated from your categories or collection pages. So we want to make sure that we have your internal linking optimized to really unleash your potential in that particular area. So if I click on view page source, I get, this is Shopify Markets, right? I can tell. So right now we don't even have an EN-AU specific page. Now you got general EN, which goes back to the Co version, but I don't have a specific ENAU. Now, what I would love to ask you, what's the reason to have a New Zealand version and an Indonesian version? Is it just a pricing change? Because you can really break your SEO very quickly. And I don't have enough time to go through it in this video, but I need to work out why you've got a structure like this, because this is going to be the most substantial part to improving your SEO. Because if this doesn't work the way it should, then this is going to hold us back from potentially unleashing your full potential on the search engine result pages. Alrighty, Campbell, I hope that gives you enough information about that. I will really love to have an opportunity to sit with you, chat with you, have a Google Meet, and learn a little bit more about your business. And hopefully we have an opportunity to do that. If you've got any questions, please let me know. And I definitely look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much.